Welcome into Lowcountry Money Talk, and I am excited to talk to our viewers about a whole host of topics surrounding retirement, and that's really what this show is for, to help you decide, where you're at, how you're doing, and we'll help guide you along the way. So if you've been saving for retirement, which many of you have been doing diligently, most likely, at least a portion of your investments are in the stock market. And I know a lot of questions come across about wondering whether or not your investment portfolio is riskier than it should be, if you're taking the right amount of risks, or if you need any adjustments. This show is going to help you with that because we've got the man for the job. Phil Bloyd is joining us. Revolutionary Financial Group can step in and just really help guide you with all of this. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Jessa.
So we're going to talk a little bit about whether or not our folks at home have the right plan, have the wrong plan, have the right amount of investment risk. What do you think about that? I'm going to tee you up with that big topic.
Well, everything is individualized. So there, you don't have try to jam the square peg into the round hole, right? We're going to individualize things. So when people are going into retirement, they're a few years out, or they're basically living through retirement right now, it's important that we kind of look at the difference between financial planning and what I call retirement planning.
Okay.
Because to me, I believe they're different, and let me explain.
Okay.
So financial planning, we've been saving for retirement all of these years. So we have some coming out of our paychecks, or we're just saving on our own. We have all kinds of different investments, some in the stock market, maybe some that are lower risk that aren't in the stock market, different things. But now we're into retirement, and I find too many people are still doing financial planning, but they're into retirement.
Well, it feels like your financial plan is retirement planning because you're planning for your retirement, right? But what's the difference then?
Okay.
So what is an actual retirement
so
plan?
Here's what I would consider to be the difference. We've loaded up all this money into different buckets, we'll say 3 different buckets or maybe more. Now, in retirement planning, it's time to start taking some of these funds out of these buckets.
Okay, yeah.
So we want to see how big of a hole each one of these buckets has. Because I may have an investment advisor, maybe I'm interviewing new investment advisors and listen to their philosophies and strategies and all this different thing, and maybe like, well, if we do this, we can get maybe an extra 2 or 3% return or this and that. Well, they're focusing on the smaller amount because, in my opinion, with the retirement planning, it's about where I take my money and then how much of my dollar I get to keep and then how much I lose in the hole in the bucket in taxes.
And that's so smart to have that guidance because it's sort of that muscle memory of we're used to trying to build wealth and get more money back. So it's interesting that you're saying, well, wait a minute, now that you're in retirement, you need to start focusing on not losing money as it's exiting.
Would you like to take $1 out that's worth $1 or take $1 out that's worth 80 cents?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
The ones that are worth $1 go further.
Right.
You can buy more groceries, inflated values with those dollars. But too many times, people are still concentrating on the growth of their money, which is still important, don't get me wrong. But they'll just take money from any particular place, not realizing how much maybe they're going to lose in taxes. So retirement planning, to answer your question, would be focusing more on where am I going to take my income from? And when I take a dollar from this bucket, how much do I get to keep? And then how much goes to taxation? Because if we're focused on getting an extra 2 or 3% return or 5% return, but we're taking our money from the wrong place, we could be losing 20% in taxes or more.
Really helping to mitigate loss while you're taking money out and using it for retirement while still, hopefully, building some wealth on what you have. So a couple different things to consider there, but it could make a huge difference.
Big difference.
All right, we're going to be back. We've got a lot left for this show and a lot ahead of us, so please stick around on Lowcountry Money Talk.